Hello everybody. Today we are going to talk about new pox viruses that are a bit intimidating. Little history about smallpox. That's what it does to you. It sucks. The first vaccine was developed by Edward Jenner in England in 1798, and he basically noticed this connection between cow farmers and people who don't get smallpox, and was like, oh, okay, well, if I just take this cyst off of a cow and stick it in a human, probably it'll cure him. Well, no, it did. So that's the first thing, and then they actually started getting technical about it and started developing real vaccines. And 1959, World Health Organization set the goal of eradication, and last case was 1977, and in 1980 they declared smallpox eradicated. Now with all this talk about who, I was wondering how. Smallpox is orthopox virus. Smallpox is an orthopox virus, and its only host is humans. Now this isn't true for lots of other orthopox viruses, like monkeypox, cowpox, and like a billion other types of pox viruses that they are less deadly, but they infect many other hosts. And so the reason why we could eradicate smallpox is because the only host that the virus could survive in was humans. And so if we gave the vaccine to basically every single person in the world, which is what we did, we don't have smallpox anymore. And that's how it happened. So why this sudden for basically smallpox protect, the smallpox vaccine protects against other orthopox viruses, and so when we had this vaccine that every single person on the planet had, all the other pox viruses were very rare. This very hardly ever occurred because everyone was vaccinated. But now that we're no longer, there's this whole generation, all of us, most people in this room have not had a smallpox vaccine. Maybe Dr. Kim has, I'm not sure. But the problem is that now all these other orthopox viruses are capable of infecting us, right? There's this alarming growth rate in the cases that we've had recently. If you see, this is a little graph over here, and you can't really read it, but you can see the bar graph. This is the 1980s, 1990. There was a peak this one year, 1997, or yeah, 1997, and then it was 2004, 2007. It peaked crazy, and this is Democratic Republic of Congo is the gray, and U.S. we had a little spurt over here, but one of the things is that this high increase that has occurred, it's starting to go on this exponential rate. Even what we've measured, there's been recent field studies that have shown that we're totally undershooting our estimations, at least for the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's the rural areas have tons of cases that are not reported, and people die, and then after they die, there's no way of telling, after it's been a week or two, there's no way of really telling how how they like if it was monkeyvirus after it's been or monkeypox, which is the main one in the DOC. So like that's kind of a problem. Is like our estimations. Huh? Football. Oh, you want the thing? I thought you were just gonna like come in and steal it.
No. Yeah. So talk about that. Like, want to talk about like why monkeypox is so much harder to control. Like, obviously, smallpox is the only host is humans, so it's really easy to eradicate it. Like, of course, we can just give it to all humans, but however, monkeypox, it can have different hosts. Like, obviously, you see over here, like the terrestrial rodents. Like, it could be in non-human primates or arboreal rodents. Like, it has so many different ways to go around that is so much harder to eradicate smallpox, and that's why it's able to go from species to species. The huge fears of scientists that smallpox emerges points to evolution of the virus. So like, because smallpox can evolve, so can monkeyviruses. Like the ability for it to evolve into a more dangerous virus, it's able, and for it to be more contagious as well. A strain of orthopox virus, such as monkeypox or cowpox, could evolve into a more deadly way, just like before. And like it's really interesting to also go back and look at this. That of course, like Adam said, like we don't have that smallpox vaccine anymore. It's not around. So for it to be able to kill monkeypox virus, it's not there anymore. So like trying to go back and figure that out. So then whatever. So now looking back at it, like we have noticed that monkeypox have already evolved, and they're trying to use mathematical projections. We worked on a project. We worked to project previous cases of this virus in widely understood projections. So like looking back over here, this is an under projection. So like it's impressive to see like how much people actually has been infected in the Republic of the Congo.
Yeah. So like this is like our like measurements that we've made, which is an under projection. So like in actuality, it's like a lot higher. But the projected, like the mathematical, like if you're using this strain of monkeypox in this particular place with people who haven't been vaccinated with these particular habits, the projection is like down here. And so this is that's like the suggestion of like the evolution of the virus has like already occurred. We just haven't really realized it yet.
Any questions?
Are people who have been vaccinated with smallpox vaccine also immune to monkeypox?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Basically all orthopox viruses, which cowpox, monkeypox, other pox, they're immune to.
Yeah. So you could probably still get a smallpox vaccine and be okay. But it's the fact that not a lot of people do have it gives monkeypox, cowpox
Right.
the ability to evolve and grow into a more deadly virus.
Yeah, question?
Okay, so like if you did have the vaccine, like would you still be immune like if it has evolved?
Most likely, like the evolutions that would occur are more like something that would cause it to be more contagious, or like a slightly more deadly strain. But the vaccine, like it's like similar, like it will like cause your immune system to respond to smallpox or whatever orthopox virus that's available. Like I don't think like I know it's like not a living thing, but like it's smallpox and cowpox and monkeypox. I don't think they're like different species of virus. They're like strains of the orthopox virus, and that's why like smallpox is just like this more developed, extremely deadly and fairly contagious version of the virus.
Can you go back to the bar chart that you guys have?
Yes.
What's the y-axis there? What's the range?
I can't quite here.
Or does it say right there?
Oh, it says right here, and I think it's like, I think it's actually like each dot is one case.
Oh.
Which like, okay, like right here, like 760 cases, I think is what it says. 760 cases in 2000.
In those years.
Yeah, in those years, which like okay, that's like a small amount. Like it's not like we're like the world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
But this is still a potent virus that is growing, and like there's just not a lot being done to stop it because it's in really rural areas where there's not a lot of like when this field study, like it talked a little bit about it in our article, like there was, she like drove out like for days into the center of like the Democratic Republic of Congo and like went around like with a translator talking to like people, and like there's just no medical records sort of thing, no like hardly any like formal hospitals. It was just, it's in a really rural area, so that's why it's hard to keep track of.
And the symptoms are the same as smallpox?
They're less severe, but they're similar. It's not as high like a rate of death. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's not like, oh, you get it, you're dead. But like with medical treatment, you'll probably be able to survive all right, but it's still a pretty deadly virus.
Go ahead.
In those years not represented by that chart, is it mean no people have been infected, or is it no one went out and counted?
Well, if you look at like over here-ish, that would make sense because that would be probably the years of which the smallpox vaccination definitely went out. You know,
Well, yeah, I
like
think.
right on there.
This one's 19. It's just really hard to read, but the thing was just these. But I think the smallpox vaccine is like over here on the chart. But
Wait, how low is this one?
I think that's
How low
like,
does it go?
Yeah, it's like
It was eradicated
I mean, this is a good
yeah.
several years,
Yeah.
around 2000.
Are you talking about like over here, like?
There we
Oh,
go.
okay,
Oh, there.
that's
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh,
Okay.
beautiful.
I mean, there's several
Technology.
years in there, like between 1997
Okay, yeah, so you
and
actually,
nothing's been documented. Or is
Over
it
here. So are you talking about like over here and here?
I'm talking about like more like the left side. See, there's around like
This side?
yeah, this side. There's a lot of years where there's no numbers, like around like
Right,
through
it's
1997
just-
to 2003. Is it means no people have been sick, or it's just that she doesn't?
There's not the data's not included in the chart. It doesn't mean that nobody's been sick since 2007.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
All of you.